Hello, guys, and welcome to another NGB video review. I'm, as always, Asim, and I've got Gary with me. Gary, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, mate. I am very good.
Good, man. I know you're a bit down with it, but you're still here with us, and we're here to talk about Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. And I know you were saying before we get into it, it's a great name.
Yeah, it just seems a bit pointless. Well, pointless is probably the wrong way of saying it, but I would imagine just calling it the Enchanted Collection, or like you said, what did you said the
Said
Enchanted
I said
Remaster?
Uncharted trilogy remastered will be a
Yeah,
one,
it
or
just it, everyone knows. Well, I
yeah,
hope everyone knows it's Nathan Drake. It just seems a bit long-winded, but
yeah. To have the
that's not.
character's name in the title is a bit weird, but
Yeah.
that's probably the only thing we're gonna niggle about, really.
Mm,
Because I've been playing it for review. You watched me stream it, and I think you've seen trailers and stuff, probably
yeah.
screenshots around the place. It is really damn good. As far as remasters go, I think just to give some context, is I think I do think there are some like remasters just thrown out there for just to get some extra money
Yeah.
from the new PS4 and Xbox One crowd. I think there was a recent Dishonored remaster which was pretty bad,
Mm,
and that kind of brought the game down, which is actually pretty good. So if you're gonna do a remaster, you have to do the original game justice or add something to it,
yeah.
which very few remasters do. I think Gears of War is probably one that's done it on the Xbox One, and I think this one does it as well.
Yeah.
Um, Particularly what I mentioned in my review and what I mentioned when I was streaming the other day was the fact that Drake's Fortune, which is the original game, that game benefits from the remaster the most. The
Mm,
upgrade to 1080p and 60 frames per second helps it hugely. Like, yeah, okay, it's still got the older character models and and whatnot. It is a almost an 8-year-old game now,
yeah.
so you'd expect that. But everything else just looks super sharp, super clear, super smooth as well. The experience. I remember when the first Uncharted came out, it had a bit of input lag on the control,
Yeah.
um, which made when you had to be a bit precise, it made things a bit awkward. That's gone. That's completely gone. It's smooth as hell. What's the I think the move to 60 frames and a smoother experience obviously helps. What they've also done is they've changed the aiming logic and the feel of the weapons to reflect Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3.
Oh, okay.
So it just feels a lot more modern, if that makes sense. Not that
Mm,
Drake's Fortune is, a retro, like a retro game on the SNES or something like that. No, by far not. But it just upgrades it and it makes it feel a bit more smoother, a bit more fresh now as well. It looks fantastic as
mm.
well, which you kind of forget. After being spoilt by Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic as well. Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 look amazing, and that's good source material to work from. They just look even better. And I think
Mm.
if you don't overanalyze, which a lot of people do, and just if you look at it first glance, you can mistake it for a native PS4 game. That applies to both Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 4. Sorry, Uncharted 3.
Nice.
Um, any questions you've got? Because I know you're a huge Uncharted fan, so you're probably bursting at the seams to play this.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, regarding like the original Enchanted, do you think that the reason it looks a lot better now than on the PS4 than it did back then is because of its age? Do you think they had a lot more to sort of
Yeah,
upscale, and it just made it look
I think so.
compared to Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, because at the time they were stunning looking games anyway.
Yeah,
So there's only I presume there's only so much they can do with them.
yeah,
Uh, but the original game, obviously they
a bit
probably had
more
a
work.
lot more, yeah, a lot
Yeah,
more work to it. I would imagine, but
yeah. I think that's probably is the reason. I think I said in my review that I'm not sure if it's because the gameplay is aged well, or is the fact that it's the improvements. It's probably a bit of both.
mm,
It has. I think a lot of people when it came out, and then Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, they look back at it as the weakest of the trilogy
yeah,
in terms of context. If you're looking at 2 and 3 amazing games, it probably still is, but I had a newfound appreciation after playing it. It still it has a similar balance. Like if you play it again, you'll realize, okay, this is this is actually a really good game.
mm,
At the time, it probably didn't seem it because there was not much fanfare around it. But Uncharted 2 came out, then Uncharted 3, huge fanfare around them because they were, big upgrades in terms of visuals.
Yeah.
But the gameplay formula is pretty much still the same, and I think the fact that they've obviously upgraded it to feel more like Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 gameplay wise helps as well. So I think
Mm.
it's a bit of both. It's aged well. The whole puzzle action genre, that and platforming stuff. It's it's not really well, it's probably not a timeless thing, but it still stands a test of time
Yeah.
now. And the visual upgrade just looks amazing. Textures are detailed, lighting's great. The character models look slightly better. The animations are probably not as smooth and as varied as Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, but that's expected.
Yeah.
8-year-old game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, Naughty Dog had a lot more time to smooth out Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, so yeah, that's expected. But yeah, just to touch on Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, they're still amazing.
Yeah.
They look even better than before. Upgraded textures is part of the course. The 1080p 60 frames per second is spot on. I've very rarely saw it drop below 60. I think probably the lowest it got to at any point probably like 55 or 56.
Okay.
But 99% of the time, solid 60 frames per second, no slowdown, and you can add motion like you can choose to have motion blur on as well if you want or not, and that goes for the first game as well because the first game didn't release with any motion blur on it.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Now you've got the option to add motion blur to the objects and the camera itself.
Oh, that's quite a cool little touch.
Yeah, so you
If
can
you want
choose, and that doesn't really affect the frame rate in any way that I've noticed, to be
to.
honest.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
One thing I will say, add, I presume there is no multiplayer, no online
yes.
multiplayer. Right.
So
Okay.
there is no multiplayer, and I said that's probably the only real niggle apart from
Mm.
the name. Um, yeah, the multiplayer is not there, but I can understand why. I don't want to be
Yeah.
an apologist, but I can understand why because this is three big games technically on one Blu-ray disc.
Mm.
And not only have they done all the games in 1080p 60 frames, they've also got all the cutscenes in there as well. They're not real time rendered. Okay, fair enough. They're essentially videos, but high end video. So
Yeah.
it's basically it's better than the cutscenes you had in the original game. They look better, look sharper. So I can imagine that in itself takes up a lot of space on the disc.
Yeah.
And if you really do want to play multiplayer, you'll probably go back and play on the PS3. And to be honest, what I look for from Uncharted is not really multiplayer, even though it was good.
Yeah.
I I see it as a single player experience, and you've got three of the best action games ever made, to be honest, on one disc here,
Yeah.
in 1080p, 60 frames, looking great, and playing as best as they probably have been. I mean, I think Blue Point, who are veterans of like doing remasters, have done amazing again. It's a really good job, really good job. There are a few additions and stuff. You've got the brutal difficulty now, which is brand new, which is damn hard. You've got the option for speed runs.
Oh yeah, I was going to
Uh,
ask you about that. Yeah.
yeah, so basically it adds a timer to your gameplay, so you can time yourself how long it takes, and then compare against your friends. So if you want to kind of speed run through and see how long it takes you, you've got a timer exactly like putting pressure on you while you play. And you've got the explorer mode, which is kind of a mode for beginners, where combat difficulty is like really kind of low. It's more about doing the experience and the story.
Yeah.
And the photo mode, which I really like. I think I was showing some stuff to you that I did, and I'm not even a
Yeah.
photographer. I just caught the nice frames, and you can add filters and stuff, which they did for Last of Us as well.
Mm.
And other remasters had a kind of a photo mode as well. It's kind of the thing, I guess, for most remasters now.
Yeah.
So that's in there. You've got I think even the soundtrack's been remastered, so it's kind of a 7.1 feel to it. You got some bonus skins, so you can play as Elena, Sully, and other characters, and
Okay.
also you got trophies across all three titles, and you got some new ones that kind of link into the photo mode and stuff like that. So
Oh right. Yeah. I was going to ask if there was any new ones.
yeah, so they're linked to the photo mode. So every time you take a photo in one of the three games, you get you get a trophy.
Okay.
I've seen that as well, and there's some other ones as well which I haven't unlocked yet, but I've seen in the actual trophy menu.
So there's a
And
lot. There's a lot here.
there's a lot here. Yeah, you've got three. Like I said in my review, you've got three of the best action games ever made, to be honest. I think
Yeah,
in one package, 40 quid. If you shop around, it's about just 40 quid. I think 42 maybe in some places. It is a bargain, and
yeah,
if you played it before or even if you haven't, and you like Uncharted, you got to get this. Got to get
yeah.
this.
Those people that have never played it, wish I was them people again.
Play it for the
Because
first time.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's going to be an experience and a half for them.
It is really, really good, and um, I'll just say, yeah, if you played it, get it. If you haven't played it, still get it.
Yeah.
This is really, really good. It got me really excited for Uncharted 4 again. It felt great just playing Uncharted again.
Mm.
And there were certain parts that I was like, oh my god, this is so. The part in the first game where you come across the German U-boat in the river.
Okay, yeah. On
That
the waterfall, that part.
yeah, that I was just like, wow, this game, yeah, this is really good. And I was like some of the platforming stuff and
Yeah,
the puzzles and some of the like set pieces. The set pieces are just amazing. And Uncharted 2 had probably the best ones. There were some really good ones in Uncharted 3 as well.
amazing.
Um, and yeah, just really, really good. I
It's
mean,
just great storytelling at the end of the
great
day.
storytelling with some really good third person action gameplay as well. Um, Highly recommended. I gave it a 10 out of 10. There's no secret now. My review's up on the site. Another must own if you've got a PS4. Um,
Mm,
so yeah, that's all I can say really.
amazing.
Brilliant.
Absolutely amazing.
So the review's up on the site, guys. Check it out. And we'll have more content coming from us soon. We've got plenty more reviews and stuff coming. Busy time. But yeah, keep watching, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll be back soon. Cheers, Gary.
Cheers.
Bye.